wasn't the one who's... I got the Karen haircut. I'm like one level downgraded from a Karen. Oh my gosh! Hello everyone. Welcome back to the second episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. If you haven't seen our last episode, well, you should go check it out. But what we did was we met all of these characters, we made our poem, and we showed our poem to Yuri. If you want to see, like, which words I chose for my poem, all those kinds of things, you should go check out the first episode. I was told this game was scary, but it hasn't been too scary so far. We're about an hour and a half in-ish into the game. And we're right here. Hint, you can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Alright, let's see who's next. Let's do Monica. Hi, Mocha Cat. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring anything up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Mocha Cat. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of a barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? That was not my intention. You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. I hope you get jealous and kill her. I mean, she's my best friend. I love her. Oh, well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also more similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So, I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Haha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in that case, Sayori's writing has kind of more gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of style. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. See, this is why you're my favorite so far. You just let me be me. It's nice. You're definitely my favorite. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry. I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. What kind of dramatic voice should I make? Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's not too late. My retrons, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's not a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, scratching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. This poem is either about an abusive parent, or a grave. That's the hole, is the grave. You're looking in your grave. She's buried in her grave. She's looking up. That's what I'm going with. Metaphorically, in her grave. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words and lines. I kind of did that when I was reading it. I was putting the emphasis in there. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Did you guys think my speech was powerful? What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Epiphany. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. I did it, guys. Are you proud? I did it. I graduated elementary school. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like this, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a deep, dark puddle of ink. So, just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Okay. Sayori or Nat? Whose voice? My voice is all scratchy from doing Monica's voice for so long. I think Sayori's voice is probably Yuri's definitely the easiest, but Sayori's the second easiest. Huh? My goodness! This is so good, Mocha Cat! Huh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not that good of a writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Ha ha ha. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsu's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Mocha Cat poem. Oh my goodness. And it makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. You're crumpling my paper. You're destroying it. Why are you doing this, Sayori? Why? Hee hee hee. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Are you that dense, girl? Open your eyes. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Mocha Cat. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? But you are. You're selfish for making me join this club. Anyways, trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah? And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, and making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wash away the rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast! I like this poem. This is a good poem. I like this line especially. Good poem, Sayori. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. That's the perfect way of saying it. This little first grader, second grader, maybe even third grader level of intelligence, that sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. My favorite line. I memorized that whole line. That whole 3-word line. I memorized it just for you. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I agree. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay, Nat, you little brat. Nat and brat rhyme. That means it has to be true. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes?
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine.
Please be a love poem. It would fit you so well.
Not that you'll like it.
Maybe I will. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. This was the types of poems I wasn't expecting. You know, it's so basic. I thought for sure she would written like something like super overly romantic, dramatically romantic. That was all like mushy and stuff. But instead, she wrote probably the most basic poem here.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be sophisticated and stuff.
I honestly thought that when I was joining the literacy club too. Not necessarily writing itself, but in a club called the Literacy Club, I expected that. Not gonna lie.
So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of a poem for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simply writing is that it puts more weight on your wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose.
Or maybe you just couldn't think of a word that rhymed, but we can go with that too.
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did? I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nat is feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Ugh, my voice. Phew, my voice is dying. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Or maybe not Yuri's or Monica's, but I think Sayori and Nat, you definitely were better than them. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Nat. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tendiment, I watch each of their expressions change. Yuri's gonna be so disappointed. Natsu's eyebrows furrowed in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
It's nothing.
Nat dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Oh, thanks.
Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Wow. Yuri, can you just be nice? I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it.
Okay, well, both of you have a problem here. First of all, you shouldn't have to make suggestions, like volunteer to make suggestions unless she asks for it. And you should not ask for suggestions only from people who like your poem. If anything, you should ask for suggestions from people who don't like your poem. Because the people who like your poem think it's perfect already.
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Mocha Cat did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly interesting. You can't be like, hey, let me give you advice, and then she says no, and then she's like, hey, let me give you advice back because you're giving me advice, and you're just like, no, your advice is going to be not great enough. Your advice is not going to be inspiring enough for me. I already know you won't give me anything of interest or value. A little rude. Which I haven't yet. And Mocha Cat liked my poem too, you know. Oh, is this going to be a battle of I have to choose which poem I like better? He even told me he was impressed by it. Nat suddenly stands up. The music just disappeared.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so interested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Huh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mocha Cat appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And how do you even know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesly. I'm in the way. Did you guys see that? My teleporting skills? Are you guys impressed? Are you guys impressed with my teleporting? Are you guys impressed?
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Mocha Cat started showing up. Nat! Nat, that's a little... This doesn't involve you!
I'm way bigger now, I just realized.
This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys!
Oh, I'm in the way. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Mocha Cat! She's just trying to make me look bad. It's not true. She started it. You both started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. How about both writings are effective and both writings are okay and we can just write however the heck we want because it's a literature club. Everyone should be able to write whatever they want. Then it wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not forcing them to have to figure it out. I agree with both. I like it when they jump out, but I also like thinking about it because sometimes you can have a different perspective. Help me explain it to her, Mocha Cat. Wait. There's no reason. We have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mocha Cat? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. And whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. That's not foreshadowing, but that's a clue right there. I don't really like you, so I'm going to agree with Yuri, even though I don't really agree with her statement. Help me, Sayori! Actually, wait. Okay. Let me think. I don't want to agree with either of them. Both of their points are good. I'm just going to help me, Sayori! Natsuko. Nat glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Mocha Cat! Help me, Sayori! Help me! Help me, Sayori! Protect me! Huh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Oh, I'm pushing all the blame on her? These two are gonna be like mad at her now. Or jealous, one of the two. Mocha Cat? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Then why did you interject? My feelings are valid too, but you threw me into your conversation. How about you take your own advice, hypocrite? Why am I getting so loud today? I feel like I'm shouting a lot today. Maybe it's because nobody's home and I can shout however I want. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a suck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Nah, Yuri! You guys are my friends! I just want everyone to get along and be happy! My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences! It's poems. They're amazing because they make you feel many ways with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... Well... Also, Natsuko's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Okay, for all you degenerate weeps who live in your parents' basements. Girls don't talk about their boobs this often. Just a little pointer. Don't bring this up to them unless you're, like, dating or really good friends and they understand not to take it seriously.
Big and beautiful.
Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Nat sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader. I can organize things.
But I'm not that good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject.
As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me.
Haha.
Nah. It's not like I'm blaming you. It's not your responsibility. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own way, isn't she?
You could say that.
You could. You could say it. You could. Doesn't mean it's true.
She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. But she doesn't. Whatever. I don't know where you're getting this statement from, but whatever.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That's a weird sentence. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more.
Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to leave.
How did you all feel about sharing your poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly. Okay, Cat, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. About what? Which one do you agree with? It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too.
So your poem will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit about the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do at least a little better impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Mocha Cat!
Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go.
Yeah.
Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Nat, how I threw you under the bus and used you to get out of the situation. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No!
That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. They're jealous. They want me. They want me and it's causing them to fight. I'm tearing these girls apart. Why do these girls have to be torn apart by me? I should just leave the club and then the four can be polyamorous together. But because of me, they're getting all torn apart. It's all my fault.
I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. Hate is a very strong word. Hate is a very strong word, Sayori. I would say a deep despondness, especially for Nat. Yuri I can live with because she shares the name of Yuri on Ice, so I can push past that. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Really? I can see why Nat would be a good friend to her. I can see Nat and her being best friends. But her and Yuri, Yuri seems like way more mature than the rest of the girls. I can see like Yuri and Monica being best friends. I can see Sayori and Nat being best friends. But the mixing them up in any other way is kind of just weird. Phew. You know, Mocha Cat, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is making me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Like, way too much. Like, you know, stalker, murderous, psychopath type likes, you know? That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to what kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Are you trying to get all 4 girls? My goodness. I am a player, and I need to stop playing this game before I get burned. Burned in a boiling pot of acid when one of these girls try to cannibalize me. Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. This time we're gonna do better. This time we're gonna do way better than we did last time. So, Nat is my least favorite, and then Sayori and Yuri. I definitely want Yuri first, but yeah, the other two. Can it tell me which one came with which person? I can't remember. Okay, Boop was her. I remember that because I was booping her nose. Everything else I don't remember. Fecal. Fecal matter. Yeah! Fecal matter! Let's go! Anxiety, universe. Universe. Because you like your big describing words. That's it. I just need to use big describing words. Intellectual. Yes. Okay. Bouncy. Like you just bounced 3 times. Okay. Dream. Big. Maybe dream. Secretive. I'm thinking dream. Let's try dream. Yeah, there we go. We've gotten 5 in a row, I think. Hard to fit. I don't know what that word means, so it must be Yuri's. Or not. What about agonizing? I mean, she writes kind of agonizing poems, I guess. Yeah, I'd say that, because a lot of these things are kind of cute. There we go. Let's try... none of these really fit. Let's try raindrops. There we go. As long as it's not cute, and it's kind of a big word, it's probably going to be Yuri's. Massacre. There we go. That was Yuri's. I figured as much. Effiglunt. Effiglunt. Effuglant. Effuglant? Effuglant. Yeah. Couldn't pronounce it. Must be Yuri's. Incongruent. Yeah, there we go. Fester, maybe? My goodness, I'm great at this. Extraordinary! Darn it, I was just thinking a big word, and then I messed up. Wait, I was supposed to do a load save file! Ah, fudge. I'm already halfway through it. It's fine. Unrestrained, that's probably not. Disoriented, that's probably not. Tentulous. There we go. Night groan. Darn it. Doki Doki. What does Doki Doki even mean? I never thought about that. I just thought it was a cute name. Infallible. There we go. Little misfortunate. Darn it. Lipstick? Does anyone wear lipstick? I don't think so. Maybe lip gloss, but I don't think lipstick. I'm thinking... Scar? Darn it. Wrath. There we go. Philosophical. There we go. I think we got like 15 out of 20 or something like that. We got a lot. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the last couple days. Entering the classroom, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Mocha Cat! Oh, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm still not used to being in the club, that's all. How long have you been in this club? And you wanted me to join? Whatever. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you, anyway. Wow. A little insulting, but, you know, I don't mind a little sass. A little sass is okay now and then. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Sure. What? No, we need to go buy food! What's wrong with you? Don't you want food from the vending machine? Or at least eat hers if you don't have money? Like, we can just steal her food. We can do a hit and run. And snatch her little candy bar or whatever she gets. That's not like you at all. I know, right? No food? I have my reasons. Do I? Why don't you look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. You're just broke, aren't you? I just wanted to look at it. Are we making fun of the poor right now? Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She then turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. You poor little homeless girl. Ooh, you're poor. Oh my gosh, let's make fun of her for being poor. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves only one option left. Man, I'm like a detective in this. I'm so smart. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ha ha ha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Ha! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. The fact that you noticed that we noticed you means that you were paying attention to us. Yuri! Tell Mocha Cat to let me borrow some money. No, I'm not gonna let you borrow money if you're gonna say it like that. If you had just asked, I might have considered giving you money. But since you were trying to be sneaky about it, I don't want to give it to you. Don't get me involved in that. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. I agree. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. What do you mean you didn't mean that? That was a great thing to say. That was probably the perfect thing to say. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much. It's a funny side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Revolution? Retribution. Okay, I was gonna say, I was really confused. That! Yeah, that's what I meant. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Yes, lots of devils, 4 devils standing in the room, and myself, of course I'm a devil. I don't mind that statement at all. If anything, I'm a familiar. Maybe, my lords, I'm a familiar. We'll see about that. I should do a lore video one of these days. A lot of YouTubers do lore videos, so a familiar would make sense. I would explain my fancy clothes to you. Okay, everyone, enough of this lore nonsense. I gotta focus on the video game, okay? I know you guys really want lore, but none for you today. Maybe. We'll see. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys that she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. That's right. So I had to trick Nat into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. I wouldn't have only rejected you. I would have also slapped you across the face, called you dumb, and threw you down the stairs for even saying something like that. But because of the cupcakes, I didn't do that. So give me some credit, okay? I didn't hit you in the face. Well, I hit her in the face. What timing? What amazing timing. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Okay, it wasn't me. No. What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. That would actually hurt. A lot of those cookies that end up getting wrapped in plastic, every one that I've had that's wrapped in plastic, like, they were hard. They were hard as rocks. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Did God send down a cookie from the heavens? It's because I paid my retribution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. You know, I kind of shipped these two together. These two belong to each other. She's dumb, and she's a brat. They're both very childish, but they kind of complement each other. These two belong together. Why am I interrupting this beautiful love between these two girls? This is why I went after Yuri, is because these two belong to each other, okay? That's why we're going after Yuri. These two are off the table, okay? I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blabbing about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Nah, that's not nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it already. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands around her mouth. Did you poison it, Nat? Did you poison it? I bit my tongue. Okay, sorry, Nat. Sorry, Nat. I didn't mean to accuse you of attempted manslaughter or whatever it's called. I didn't mean that. Let's move on before she kills me for accusing her of murder. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Nat takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours looks really good too, Nat. Can I try it? Jeez. Bakers can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. You see this? They bake her like an old married couple. They're perfect for each other. They're perfect. And this one, you got the ribbon and you got the bow. They're matching. Oh my gosh. They can do each other's hair in the morning. They can do each other's hair. And oh my gosh, they're so cute together. Fine. I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat, going behind Nat, then wrapping her arms around her. See how cute they are. Jeez. It's perfect. It's overly affectionate, with not affectionate. It's perfect.
I get it.
Cookie still in hand. Nat reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Sayori's cookie. Oh my gosh, these girls are so cute together. Why are they even in this? They need to go have their own anime, and we need the single people. Why are we dating couples that are already perfect for each other?
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Mom, Sayori put my cookie.
Nat glances around. Monica's in the classroom.
Where's Monica anyway?
Good question.
Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Not me. She's plotting something. Guys, we gotta be careful. One of you guys is gonna get picked off, okay? We gotta be careful. Yeah, I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a boyfriend?
I wouldn't be surprised. Guys, we should go spy on her.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
I would disagree. I would disagree strongly. Most people wouldn't like Monica because she's too literatorative. Okay, I know I talk a lot of crap, but Sayori, you're a lot of fun. Nat, a lot of people like sass, okay? A lot of people like sassy. They like being sassy back. And then Yuri, other than being a famous actor, you're just really beautiful and mature. A lot of people like mature girls. I don't know why you guys have so much self-doubt.
That's true. Excuse me?
That's what I'm thinking, actually. Nat, I agree with you. Suddenly, the door swings open.
I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzingly glazes. Glances at me. Monica quizzingly glances at me.
Never mind that.
What held you up anyway?
I was just stalking you, putting up cameras in your room. Well, what my last period today was a study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Ha ha ha.
That makes no sense, though. I kind of agree. Like, you were definitely up to something. Something murderous, probably. Something. You were up to something.
You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano.
Piano? Yes, that is an instrument, Yuri. I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really.
What do you mean you don't really? You either do or you don't. I can't just go into the music room, tap the piano, and then just be like, I play music now.
I kind of just started recently.
You see, that does count, though, because you started it. You actually are practicing within, like, you know, kind of relevant periodic times of each other that are relevant to each other. But if I just walk into a room and start playing a piano, that doesn't mean I play piano.
I haven't always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. At the end of this, am I going to be, like, strapped to a chair as she's playing piano, and I'm going to be, like, alone in an auditorium? I'm going to be sitting in the crowd, and then she's just going to be up on stage playing this piano, and it's going to be super ominous as the credits roll or something. The bodies are littered on the ground, a whole bunch of blood and stuff. Oh my gosh. That's kind of a cool ending. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mocha Cat. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, nothing important. No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapades. I'm sure Nat will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone is already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie, not that hard to do. Yuri is back into her book, and Nat disappeared into the closet. How big is this closet? Okay, maybe they're saying metaphorically she didn't actually disappear. She just was hidden behind the closet door. Because if this is the closet over here, she's just sitting behind the door, is my guess. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Yes, we are. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I had focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Because you made it? Did you publish it? Are you a publisher? Did you publish the book? That's my guess. A theory sent, formatted, and edited, and sent off. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Oh, did you want the feeling of, oh, we're reading the book at the same time? Oh my gosh, we're so in sync? Couple feeling? There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts picking up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Well, read the book! Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Is that a real book? Is that a real book that's like about serial killers or something? There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moved in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Ooh, are you an escaped human experiment? Are you an experiment escaped from this human experimental prison? And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts falling apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, most books are dark, I would say. Well, not most, but a lot of books that are popular, I'd say, are dark. Like the Stephen King series, those are pretty dark. Never read them, never even watched the show, I just know they're kind of dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. That's exactly what's going to happen to your personality, and I know it will, but I'm still hoping you're going to be still the nicest girl out of the bunch. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mocha Cat? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their own one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. Just like with the cookie earlier! How I wanted to go to the vending machine. Our perspectives, the main character's perspective, my perspective, they didn't match. It was so sad. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm starting to talk too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Yeah, this is what you should be talking about the entire class period. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri meant about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. I hate that feeling when you're on your phone or reading a book or anything like that, and somebody's just sitting over your shoulder and you feel like they're reading or looking at whatever you're doing. It's so annoying. I hate it. It's not a particularly bad thing. I hate it so much that I would sit in the back row of the classroom just so nobody was peeking over my shoulder. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Yeah, she does. She's very insecure. Insecure? She's very insecure with herself, okay, guys? Very insecure. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right arm to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds it. Oh no. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of her book between her thumb and forefinger. Creeper! Sorry, I got distracted. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I can turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'm able to keep up with her. I don't know how I will be able to keep up with her. See, this is the problem with sharing a book. One person reads fast and the other person reads slow. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Are you actually reading the book, or are you just, staring at the page, flipping it every once in a while, oh yeah, I've read the page, oh yeah, it's like when you have a book report at school, and so you're just, you're skimming the page super fast, and then you don't even remember what that page even said, because you just read it so fast. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the pages almost feels like an intimidating change. My thumb gently letting go of the paper, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. That's not a good thing. But hey, at least we're reading the book, right? You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Mocha Cat, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. It's nice of me to apologize, when it was something kind of minor. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. We need some punctuation. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we started today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun reading it with you after I pick up a bit more, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. In that case, what if I had a bad reason? What if I just said, I don't want to read it with you? What would happen then? What would happen then, Yuri? Alright. I'm literally double guessing everything the characters say just because I know this is like a scary game. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. I could never do that. I need a bookmark. Okay. So last time we did Yuri first. Today, we're gonna do Nat first. And then we're gonna end, and we'll save the other 3 for the next episode, just like we did with the first episode. I like your last one better. Huh? Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little bit more daring with this one. But you're really not good either for that yet. It falls flat. That was a little bit rude. It may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Why are you telling me how to do my own poem? I'm just gonna do it how I want. Or, rather how Yuri wants it. Yuri's head over heels for all of this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through the BS. Ha! Making your readers look so hard for all that deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion. Yeah, then don't force your opinion on me. But my opinion is the best opinion. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm sure you figured that out already. I really have. Anyways, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Whoa, it's longer this time. You've improved. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands were probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. One of her friends start to like spiders too. That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone like a big Karen, because I'm a Karen. I got the Karen haircut. I'm like one level downgraded from a Karen. Oh my gosh. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. I did notice that, but it wasn't really a poem at all. I don't think anything rhymed. It was just a statement. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. I knew you could write the poem longer. I knew you could always add a few more words to the end of your poems, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna still be boring. Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analyzations. I'd agree with this statement, but your poem does not do that. It helps people recognize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Wait, was the whole point of that poem to say that the person writing it is a jerk? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... Oh, is that how you perceive yourself as a jerk? It's kind of true, though. It doesn't matter. It could be It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of people finding out. They'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone, it makes them happy. Then why'd you write that poem? Okay, I'm just confused. Okay. Is this poem flipping everything around and saying don't be a jerk? I think that's what I'm getting at. But honestly, it's too confusing. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people do too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. Wait, isn't the whole reason you were complaining about Yuri's poem is because you had to think about the concepts and it wasn't laid out for you? Can you just choose one or the other? Do you like it simple or do you like thinking? You gotta choose, man. You can't just be right on the fence with this. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for you tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay. My voice is dying, guys. We're like an hour in. So I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna end it right here for today. I hope you guys really like this series. As you can see, we got these 3 boxes. But I hope you guys really like this. Anyways, that's the end of the video, guys. If you liked it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.